What is going on, everybody? Trebleson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Yet again, booze news. Once more, Virginia ABC is making the news, and it's not good. Again, we're looking at something that is just absolutely ridiculous and might turn into another bourbon scandal. More on that later in the video. First and foremost, let's look at what brings us to today's video. And once again, it's Virginia doing some absolute shenanigans, and it's pissing people off. So a little background on what's going on. Virginia is an ABC state, alcohol beverage control state. AKA the state controls what happens with the alcohol, where it goes, how much of it, what the price of it's gonna be. When they have these rare whiskeys, they control, when we release them, put them in a lottery, whatever. So a non-control state, hey, your liquor store gets this bottle, bam, you get it. I don't care if you put it in a raffle, if you put it behind the counter for $9,000, that's up to you. State control says, nope, we will decide if you put it behind the counter for $9,000. So they kind of have a monopoly over alcohol for the state, okay? There we are. Brings us to Virginia. Virginia does these rare bourbon lotteries where people from the state sign up. Presumably, you have your one email address, you get your one entry. I don't know if it's specified if you can win multiple bottles, but that's what precisely is what happened in this latest lottery that is raising so many red flags. They recently did a Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, the George T. Stagg, Thomas Handy, William LaRue Weller, and Sazerac 18 lottery for Virginia. 35,000 people entered it, and then what came to be is 2 people won the chance to buy all 4 of them. Then you had like another 50 people win the option to buy 3 of them. Then you had like 230 people who got to buy 2 of them. And then everyone else who got selected could buy 1. I'm no mathematician. That doesn't add up. 35,000 people, and you're telling me some 300 people got multiple? So you're telling me 34,000 people didn't even get a chance, yet 300 people got multiple? 2 people got all 4 of them. That raises, some eyebrows, gets people all fired up. I found an article. Again, we're going to go through it. I picked an article that I think is very well written. This is the article you need to read about this. A lot of these, the story's getting picked up by a lot of these news channels and stuff. Just don't even bother with them. They leave so much crap out. This article is everything. I'm not going to read it all because there is a lot, and I want you to go read his article. But we're going to go over there, and I'm going to break some of the stuff down because it's ridiculous. So we're over here on Bourbon Culture. And this is the article that they put out. Again, you can find all this information on so many websites. I think this is the best one because they are equally as pissed as everyone else. It's awesome. So here we go. Out of 35,000 eligible entrants who signed up for each, 2 people won the chance to buy all 4, 50 won the chance to buy 3, 229 won the chance to buy 2, the remaining, like I said, here's the breakdown of how many bottles that were into this. So George T. Stagg, 770 bottles, Thomas H. Handy, 286, William LaRue Weller, 209, and Sazerac 18, which I've never even seen one of those. With my own eye, I've literally never even seen that bottle. 48 bottles. You're looking at 1,300 bottles, and out of 35,000, and then you're telling me 300 plus people got access to multiple of these possibilities and probabilities. Is it impossible? No. Is it probable? Highly doubtful that this is probable at all. And we're gonna get into it precisely why. You could say, oh man, that's just the luck of the draw, but we gotta get in this. Again, I'm not gonna read everything, but he goes into explaining how they run this random giveaway, like how they randomize the names, and they do it through Excel. And again, I want you to come and read this because he breaks it down for like exactly. But they use Excel, they use a code that randomizes the 35,000 names. Now, you guys might know this is not the first time something like this, or, you know, they've been in a scandal last year, a very large scandal. People are like in prison type scandal. Is not good. And some data came out, and that's what we're going to go to. So just know they use this little, you know, Excel randomizer code, and just so happens someone leaked the data entries for last year's the lottery that they did. Here's the list of the bottles, the names, who won. If you notice, we start up here with a weird named Cutler, but there's what appears to be 2 spaces. Okay, you see this little gap right here? That might not be nothing to you, but then you look at the next guy. He has 1 space, and then all of these names have 1 space. So it's space bar, their name. And then you get down here. A. Daniels, A. Jackson, A. Simmons, A. Smith, A. Sundheimer. Do you see a trend here? Like, did any of you see a trend? Double space? Space is the ace. If you have a space between your name, that puts you, a space is the first technical letter. That's why space Cutler is number 1, and then space Barclay is second. But then you have all these people, A. Jackson, A. And then Aaron, all caps Aaron's son. Do you see the trend here? It's alphabetical freaking order. This is not a random list. How could someone who works there see this list and not be like, huh, this is not random at all? So maybe we should do it again. Maybe we should actually randomize it. You see what I'm saying? Sketchy. Absolutely sketchy. Now, this is, we're not saying that this is what happened this go around, okay? This is just an example of how bad their system is. It's like there was nothing in place to say, hey, Billy is not allowed to win all 4 freaking B-Tacs. And then there was no checks and balances in place to say, hey, Billy won all 4 of them. Something must not be right. It's not well put together. This is not how you would expect a fair, that honestly, that's what these lotteries and these state control the ABC states, they're designed to be fair for everyone. We're gonna release them in a random lottery so it's fair. A dude winning all 4 because your system sucks is not fair. So that defeats the whole purpose. How no one noticed it? I don't know. You can jump into some conspiracy theories, which we're about to do, because again, I'm no expert, but it's not hard to look at this and clearly see something's wrong with the system, or this is exactly what I wanted for the system. All of my buddies, hey, put a space between your last name, because when we randomize it, that's who's gonna win. You know, why else would these people do that? How are they able to do that? I don't know if you've ever filled out you know what I'm saying? A questionnaire or whatever. It doesn't let you put a space within your name. It gets mad at you. So how do these people know to do this? Who told them? Why did they tell them? That's what I jumped to. Someone knew the system. And they're like, oh, hey, my buddy Davenport, put a space in your name. It's going to jump you. You can win an E.H. Taylor straight rye whiskey. You know, the bottle, I'm willing to lose my job and end my career so you can get. I guess right here, I didn't really even notice this until right now. At the very least, I'm absolutely shocked that there was no rule stipulating that you could only win one bottle. So there wasn't. I said that earlier. If there was, you can't. You can win whatever. If you get selected, you can win multiple, which is just, I don't know. I think it's something like 1,000 bottles. I would say that's good practice to be like, hey, you win one, that's it, you're done. But it's not like they care. They're profiting bukus regardless. The bottles are gone. They're being bought. Who cares? They go on and he goes, look how much money, $2.7 billion towards the state's general fund just from the ABC. They don't care. Now, here is the real kicker after all of this. So that was it. Like that was the story. This is ridiculous. Like, how is this? I mean, it is. It makes people mad because you never see these bottles, and you're telling me dude wins 4. Like, all of these people are winning multiple bottles. Super sketchy. All of this information comes out about last year, about how they run these things and how they're not freaking legit at all. And then here's a conspiracy theory. You gotta take this with a grain of salt, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the amount of detail that's in what I'm about to read, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes, you know, things are too good to be true. No, it's the simplest explanation is true. This dude just spilled the beans, probably is what's going on. Not gonna lie. So that's why I'm even including it in this video, even though it's not confirmed. They even talk about it in the article. It's not confirmed. But we're gonna read it because we gotta put the spotlight on these people and call them out. So this person wrote in to the Bourbon Culture and said, I recently saw the article about the VA ABC lottery. As a former employee who is still connected with others still employed in the stores, there's a bigger scandal brewing. Who would have thunk? There's no way another scandal can. Yeah, you're sketchy enough to do it the first time. You're gonna keep doing it. Okay, you're sketchy. Currently, all the employees are under a gag order with the threat of immediate termination if it's discussed. The head of retail operations, Jennifer Burke, her subordinates, and 2 zone managers were suspended by CEO Travis Hill while an investigation into their activities is ongoing. Essentially, almost the entire heads of retail within the VA ABC office. The reasons are unknown, but there is rumors of embezzlement or quid pro quo amongst vendors. I think some of the, I can't speak for all of it. Maybe one of those 2 dudes just got lucky and he won all 4. Or some of those people were in on a little shade and they're being investigated. We don't know. I bet you they are, because this is not the first time it's happened. That was too much information. If I was sitting in my room drunk, there's no way I could make up an article like that. Okay? Like with names and CEOs. I'm just saying. Booze News will stay on top of it. When more information comes out, we will discuss. Again, keep up with these articles, the Bourbon Culture, keep up with them. It's going to be dropping. I'm telling you, more stuff is going to come from this. Okay? So, at the end of the day, does it really matter to me? No, because I live in a liquor store controlled state. You know, people like me, man, I wish there was some sort of lottery system like this where I can just play my chances until I see Virginia screwing it up for everyone. I think this is just a bad stain. I think that's it. I'm gonna keep ranting. I can talk about this a lot. Just rant. It just feels good to get it out sometimes, you know. So everyone who's entering these raffles, good luck to you. Hope you don't live in Virginia. Otherwise, continue hunting bourbon. Continue trying to get these things. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe to stay up to date with the booze news. The news has been going crazy lately. It's like my past 4 videos have all been bourbon news. You need to chill out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Trev Wilson. I will see you in the next video. Sug it, Virginia.